Welcome back to 504 Road Trips. Today we're going to drive most of the I-94 business loop through West Fargo and Fargo, North Dakota. This business loop is also US Highway 10, and not just the former route like the others. We begin at the western terminus of US-10 heading into West Fargo. Like most US highways, this was once the only route through Fargo and West Fargo and has seen a bit of a decline since it was superseded by I-94. However, many businesses and name brand hotels still exist here since we're not all that far from the interstate. On the right at 15th Street is the Red River Valley Fairgrounds in Bonanzaville, USA. Bonanzaville, the museum of the Cass County Historical Society, is made up of 40 buildings on 12 acres, many of which are historic and from the region. These buildings have been moved to the museum grounds and now form a village setting. Most of the buildings have a special theme. Displays include a prairie church, a general store, a drugstore, a fire station, Fargo's first house, and a schoolhouse. There are also several newer buildings which have been constructed on the grounds, including an aircraft museum and an automobile museum. Other exhibits include horse-drawn vehicles, firefighting vehicles and equipment, medical and dental equipment, a law enforcement museum, a telephone museum, and a newspaper printing press. Bonanzaville has several 100,000 artifacts in their collections and on display. Also held at the fairgrounds is Big Iron, an annual farm equipment exhibition, Bonanzaville Pioneer Days, including a parade, demonstrations, and tours, Night to Unite, a community event held by local law enforcement and other first responders, and the Red River Valley Fair. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it to be notified of when our new videos come out. And hit the like button if you enjoy our videos. We enter the city of Fargo, and many of our viewers have probably seen the movie and TV series named after the city.
Yeah.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
The movie is about, well, it's about a bunch of things I can't talk about on YouTube, or they'll take away the little bit of advertising revenue that I get. Wikipedia has a pretty good synopsis of the movie, or just watch it. It's on late night cable on a pretty regular basis. But the majority of the movie was filmed several hundred miles east in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. The story was said to be based on a true story, but later the writers admitted that it was entirely fictitious. More recently, the TV show See No Evil showcased the homicide of a Fargo dentist, who was the cousin of an acquaintance of mine here in New Orleans. Once again, I can't go into details or I'll get demonetized. These things may seem to cast a negative light on the city of Fargo, but statistics show that violent crime in Fargo is about average. Fargo is home to North Dakota State University, and with the nearby Concordia University and Moorhead branch of the Minnesota State University just across the state line, they form the Tri-College University system of Fargo-Moorhead. Fargo-Moorhead has one of the lowest unemployment rates among metropolitan statistical areas in the United States. Money Magazine ranked Fargo as one of America's most livable cities throughout the 1990s and into the 2000s. Fargo features winters among the coldest in the lower 48 states, but the humid continental climate means warm to hot, humid summers. Snowfall averages 50.1 inches or 127 centimeters per season. An LED sign indicates that the highway is closed at the river, so we won't be going into Moorhead today. We'll take a detour through Fargo back to I-94. We turn right onto University Drive, which carries the US Highway 81 business route through Fargo. This is a commercial corridor with a range of restaurants, retail opportunities, and services. On our right is the Jefferson and Carl Bend neighborhood, named for two neighborhood elementary schools. The housing stock is a mix of owner-occupied and renter-occupied housing. The area enjoys convenient access to a number of parks and services in both downtown Fargo and along the 13th Avenue and University Drive corridors. The Main Avenue Commercial District borders the north side of the neighborhood and accounts for some of the mix of uses that is seen between Main Avenue and 2nd Avenue South. To the left is the Hawthorne neighborhood, which is part of the original town site. It contains a vibrant mix of housing types that radiate from the downtown commercial area and Island Park. The Red River makes up the eastern border, which offers access to both the Riverside Trail and parks. The neighborhood is named after Hawthorne Elementary School, located on 6th Street and 8th Avenue South. After crossing 13th Avenue South, we're now in between the Lewis and Clark and Clara Barton neighborhoods. Lewis and Clark on the right, named for Lewis and Clark Elementary School, consists of a good mix of housing types. Roughly 70% of the housing in the area is owner-occupied. The neighborhood is bordered by some of the community's major thoroughfares, University Drive, I-94, and 13th Avenue South. Clara Barton on the left is part of the original town site for the city of Fargo and is primarily a residential neighborhood. Lindenwood Park is located on the east side of the neighborhood and provides residents with access to one of the city's most treasured regional parks. This area is also home to the Fargo Water Treatment Plant, opened in June of 1997, and the Xeriscape Garden, which are located in the northwest corner of the neighborhood. We conclude today's video as we get back onto I-94. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to help support our channel, please check out our merchandise at 504roadtrips.spreadshirt.com. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, post a comment, subscribe, share and follow us on social media, and join us for our next 504 road trip.